Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a whirlwind global tour of power dynamics. Based entirely on our source material, we're going to break down exactly what makes a country an absolute heavyweight on the world stage right now. The rules of the game have fundamentally shifted, so let's jump right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. Historically, if a nation had the biggest army, they held the most power. Full stop. Think of Genghis Khan or the Roman Empire. Sheer numbers and brute military force basically dictated the entire world order. But is a massive army really all it takes to rule the world today? Well, our source material directly challenges that old assumption. Honestly, if military size was the only measure of global dominance, our map of world power would look completely different right now. The reality is, the battlefield of influence has drastically evolved. So, the crucial point is that modern power is fundamentally multidimensional. You really can't rely on just one piece of the puzzle anymore. You need the whole set. A nation's absolute strength is now this incredibly complex formula. It's a delicate blend of its economy, technological advancements, military capability, diplomacy, and natural resources. These 5 interlocking pillars are the true metrics of influence in the modern era. Keep this exact formula in mind, because as we look at today's leading nations, you'll see exactly how they mix and match these specific tools to project their power globally. Applying that modern formula, we start with the United States. It remains a premier global power thanks to an immense, overlapping system of leverage. And it's not just the top-tier economy or the modern military backed by a massive network of global bases and advanced nuclear deterrence. The real force multiplier here is soft power. The cultural reach of Hollywood, the absolute dominance of the US dollar in global trade, and the everyday grip of big tech give America an unmatched cultural and economic footprint. It's a type of influence you literally carry around in your pocket and interact with every single day. Let's move to China and see how this builds. While they're anchored as the world's second largest economy by a truly massive manufacturing strength, they aren't just acting as the factory of the world anymore. They are actively engineering the future. They're aggressively checking off the boxes of modern power through a rapidly modernizing military, massive leaps forward in artificial intelligence, an ambitious and growing space program, and vast high-speed infrastructure. It's a highly calculated, fascinating pivot from traditional industrial might straight into futuristic technological ambition. Then there's Russia, whose influence is anchored in a highly specific set of strategic assets. Their power is drawn heavily from the ground via vast global energy exports and from the sky, possessing one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals and highly advanced missile technology. This specific blend of resource weight and military hardware ensures their significant political influence globally. It's a structure of power rooted deeply in these very distinct, undeniable realities. And this brilliantly illustrates a fascinating contrast in how countries build their geopolitical leverage today. On one side, you have Russia leaning heavily on traditional physical pillars, immense nuclear stockpiles, massive energy exports, and missile technology. It's very earthbound power. On the other side, China is expanding through modern, mind-bound technological avenues like artificial intelligence, high-speed domestic infrastructure, and advanced manufacturing. These are 2 totally different yet incredibly potent styles of global leverage stemming from that original 5-pillar formula we talked about earlier. Meanwhile, India's influence is actively transforming. Their rapid rise is deeply multifaceted, driven by the sheer momentum of a massive demographic engine paired with a booming tech-driven economy. When you combine that incredible economic and human potential with an advanced space program, robust nuclear defense capabilities, and a rapidly growing tech sector, India becomes an increasingly vital, undeniable player. They aren't just shaping Asian politics anymore, they're steadily elevating their role across the entire global stage. Now, the European landscape presents a really unique, dual-layered power dynamic. Individual powerhouses like Germany, France, and the UK are independently formidable, boasting strong economies, advanced technology, and highly capable militaries. But when you zoom out, the European Union acts as a massive collective force. As one of the world's largest economic blocs, Europe possesses incredible collective weight. And that matters to you because it gives them the leverage to dictate global trade policies and establish regulatory standards that impact the products sold all over the world. This brings us to a vital reality of today's world. Mastering consumer markets equates to immense power. Just look at the smartphone in your hand or the cars parked on your street. By being absolute world leaders in cutting-edge tech, global electronics, and the massive automobile industry, Japan and South Korea wield incredible economic and technological influence. It proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that economic and technological indispensability is literally just as potent as a large military force.
Now, what's really interesting here is that the basis of global power isn't static, it's shifting right now. The future battlegrounds of influence will be fought across four distinct arenas: artificial intelligence, chip technology, space exploration, and energy. The source material makes it incredibly clear. Whichever nation secures breakthroughs in these four scientific sectors today will hold the absolute keys to global dominance tomorrow. The power players of the future will be the ones who simply out-innovate the rest of the world.
So, the overarching takeaway from our source material is pretty clear. True global power is no longer just about stockpiling weapons. It's built on a foundation of knowledge, advanced tech, robust economies, and human potential. The global balance is literally shifting right before our eyes. So, as nations race to master AI, secure energy resources, and conquer space, who do you think is actually best positioned to write the rules of the 22nd century? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll see you next time.